Some of the mysterious but just as athletic competitors in today's competition are the wheelchair athletes. With me today is Chris Schaefer, one of the top quadriplegic racers in wheelchair racing, and I guess I'm kind of curious how all this got started.
Well, it got started, there were a number of people who were disabled and they wanted to be involved in sports. Bobby Hall did the first Boston Marathon about 15 years ago, 1975, in a 55-pound frame chair. Compared to the weight of these chairs now is around 20 pounds. The chairs are built to go in a straight line. They're aerodynamic. You only have 3 wheels compared to the regular wheelchairs you see. They have 4 wheels. There's an odometer on here that shows you what your average speed is, how fast you're going, your pace per mile. You use 150 pounds air pressure in these tires, which make them really fast and light. The wheels are cambered for more aerodynamic effect, plus more stability on the curves and downhills. You can reach speeds of 35 to 40 miles an hour with these chairs.
A lot of engineering in these. If I can be nosy, how much one of these cost?
A chair like this costs around $2,000. They're very expensive. They're custom made to fit your body, your width and your depth. So,
what about training? You guys do a lot more of this than the runners do. How much do you train?
Train a lot like a runner does, 70 to 110 miles a week. Eat the same as the runners do, weight lift. So it's basically the same type of training as what the runners do.
Okay, thanks for being with us, Chris. Good luck to you. Now let's go over to Heidi for the beginning of the wheelchair race.
And you can imagine how difficult it is to race on a chilly day as it is today. It might be something similar to racing a bicycle into the wind. It is a little bit windy. The wheelchairs themselves are quite technical and could also be compared to a bicycle in the fact that they are much more technical now and they are much lightweighter. The starter for the wheelchair race is Chris Tatro. He appears to be getting ready, lining up the wheelchair athletes, giving them some last-minute instructions. It's interesting to know, too, that there will not really be a starter's pistol for this race. That will only be used for the marathon regular competitors. Chris eyeing his watch there, getting ready for the start of the 1990 Chicago Marathon wheelchair race. Everyone in place, and they're off. Going north on Clark Street, about 50 competitors, to a hail and hearty round of applause from the people who have gathered on Clark Street. A fun sight and a great start to the 1990 spectacle known as the old-style Chicago Marathon. With that, I will send it back to you, Dan and Larry.
All right, Heidi, thank you very much.
Thanks. So we're out here in Chinatown at 9-mile mark. It looks like they're pretty well bunched together. There in orange and blue is Scott Hollenbeck. He's last year's winner. Of course, Brad Carlson, Jim Knob, Jim Green there in green. And the red helmet is Doug Kennedy. He's from Alabama, wearing those crimson colors. And those marathoners, as you well know, will finish this race in about an hour and a half. Back to you, Dan and Larry.
Defending champion up there near the top, Larry.
Right, they mentioned Doug Kennedy also from Haleyville, Alabama. And Mengelt, John cited, fortunately, several of these top people for us as they begin to pull away from Chinatown here. That's what you see is drafting going on there. It's very similar to Indianapolis. You break, and the athletes on the wheelchairs believe that they are actually saving 10 to 15% of energy by tucking in behind someone, Dan, and letting them break the wind for them. It's true also in running, and we may see it if it gets windy on Lakeshore Drive. You and I could be out there running side by side. Once we hit the wind, I tuck in behind you. The question becomes, do I help you later on Lakeshore Drive or let you break the wind for 9 miles?
You'd have a great windbreak, I'll tell you that. Right now, let's go back out to
a fierce competitor from Haleyville, Alabama. He's got the world record at 10,000 meters. Doug Kennedy in second place.
A match race finish in the wheelchair competition, and we believe that Jim Knopf has won it.
What a great battle. The man on the right has been told to me to be the most focused wheelchair athlete he's ever met in his life, meaning Kennedy. Knopf, a veteran and a very, very experienced wheelchair guy, a past winner of the Boston Marathon, a past American record holder currently from a race he did earlier this year in Switzerland.
Jim Knopf, the winner of the wheelchair, back with more in just a moment.